Hi everyone, how you doing today? It's a sports talk with a solo fighter. Welcome you back once again. Yes, it is the season of the Euros 28-24. Beautiful games we've been seeing, tantalizing games. When you think you've seen it all, wait till the next day, the next fixture, and of course you see more intriguing fixtures for you to actually look at in the Euros 2024. Yes, today I'll be talking about the Germany versus this the Germany-Spain, a game that happened in the quarterfinals of the Euros. Yes, people never expected it to happen this way. These were the two giants of the Euros 2024. The two teams that have been up and doing it. France, I beg your pardon, Spain finishing 100% record in the group stage, of course, doing very well. And Germany, the host nation, with the inclusion of Toni Kroos, it has been perfect for them. They've been moving smoothly, but it happens in football. They both have to meet themselves. Of course, it had to happen in the quarterfinals of the Euros 2024. Now Spain, we know how good they've been. De La Fonte has been doing a very fantastic job with the Spanish side. With the young players they have. Talking about William, talking about Yemin Lamal, talking about Alvaro Morata. He has been prolific in this very game. Dani Olmo coming from the bench, Fabian Ruiz, Rodri. You cannot underestimate what Rodri is doing for the Spain national side at the heart of the midfield. Yes, he has been very, very solid, very prolific. He knows how to read the game. He knows how to break up play. He's outstanding. He's doing a very nice job for the Spanish national side. And of course, they've been scoring goals. They've been defending. They've been very prolific. But beating up against the German side, of course, if you look at the German side, they've improved under Julian Nagelsmann, with the inclusion of Toni Kroos. He has been very good for the German national side. But if you watch that very game, too many chances created, too many chances that couldn't be converted. But when you begin to miss chances like this in games like this, definitely at some point it will come back to haunt you. Yes, Spain they drew first blood courtesy of the goal that came from Dani Olmo, courtesy of the assist that was coming from the young 16-year-old boy Yemin Lamal. This boy has been tremendous in the Euros. You can't take that away from him. It's a good one that De La Fonte has to recognize that he's a very fantastic player and give him a game time. Yes, Spain national side, they've been very fantastic. Goals coming from every angle. But one thing that they have to recognize is that Alvaro Morata, his performance is beginning to dwindle, and they need somebody to actually, fill up that space for Alvaro Morata. We saw Joselu come up from the bench, but at some point he should be given the time to actually play ahead of Alvaro Morata. They are doing very well from the midfield, from the defense to the midfield to the attack. They find a way to win games, and of course, you enjoy their games when you don't just watch their games for watching sake. You enjoy the games of the Spanish national coming up against the host nation, talking about Germany. Of course, it was very difficult to predict who would have edged that very game. Kudos to the Spanish national side. They edged that game. They proved that they are fit to actually lift the title. Of course, I'm not tipping them to win the title yet. They still have hurdles to pass through before they get to the final phase of the Euros 2024. Yes, the midfield, it true. Of course, the Nagelsmann. This is one of the mistakes that these coaches they make. This is one of the mistakes they make. Now you play with Andrich, you play with Ike Gundogan. Of course, you have Toni Kroos in that midfield, but you have to take away Andrich and play Emre Can. Ball retention was zero. They were shorting the player in the midfield because of Emre Can. Yes, we know when he comes from the bench, he does well in the previous fixtures. But in that very game against Spain, Emre Can wasn't supposed to start. It was supposed to be Andrich as usual. Although we know he's a very rough player. Sometimes, make some silly challenges. But he was supposed to be starting ahead of Emre Can. Of course, it's a good one that the coach had to realize that Emre Can was nowhere near good in that very game. And he'll take him out, and he brought in Andrich actually try to curtail the midfield. Now, Ike Gundogan was playing as a number 10, while taking Jamal Musiala to play from the left wing. Sometimes he drift to the right wing, but it wasn't suiting them. Jamal Musiala is this sort of player that from number 10 position, give him the free role, give him the job to orchestrate, give him the job to drive the players. Of course, he was doing the job that Vitinho did for the Portuguese side, but Vitinho was doing his from deep, being able to hold up play, hold the game, hold the ball up, and of course drive, make dribble past one or two players. That's the powers of Jamal Musiala. But coming from the wing, he was actually, no doubt he can play from the wing, but his prayers were kind of limited because he was coming from the wing. That was another error that was coming from from Julian Nagelsmann. Of course, you have a different opinion to that, but in my own opinion, that's what I felt was an error coming from there. Now, of course, Rudiger, he has been outstanding at the back. Quite unfortunate, he was unable to scale through to the semi-finals of that very game. But not much errors coming from Julian Nagelsmann. The De La Fonte and of course Julian Nagelsmann, they were fantastic in doing their job. But definitely somebody has to win. Somebody definitely has to win, and it has to be the Spanish national side. That game stretched to extra time, 120 minutes. They refused to take it to a penalty shootout where Spain, had to put the ball at the back of the net, making this 2-1. Of course, that was why the German side were eliminated in this very competition. Quite sad, like I said. I've heard from numerous people that they were not supposed to meet in this very same, but it is football. It happens. Things like this happens, but at the end of it all, Spain, they had to progress to the next round, the semi-finals of the Euros. Of course, this is a sports talk with Solo Fighter. I'll keep you updated about happenings in the world of the Euros. Definitely, I'll bring you on a daily basis, stories concerning the Euros, and of course concerning the football. I need to hear your comment. See what you have to say concerning Spain versus Germany. Who was the better side? Sometimes you be the better team to play good football, but what matters is the result. When you don't get the result, it doesn't matter how good you've been in that game, because you didn't get the result. Even the team that defended, for God knows about 90 minutes, at the end of it, they win the game. And in the face of the world, they play the better style of play. They play the better football, because the result is what matters in football. No matter your effort, as long as you don't get that result, of course, I'll say almost what you've done have been irrelevant. But no doubt, moving forward, they've been a fantastic side. Unfortunately, they couldn't make it through. Talking about the German side, the host nation. Of course, Toni Kroos, this is his last competition. He has officially retired from international football. We'll definitely miss Toni Kroos. We just hope that the German side will find a possible and a better replacement for Toni Kroos now that he's no longer playing for the German national side. Congratulations to Spain, a fantastic side. We can never take that away from them. They've been prolific in this game. Congratulations to them for making it straight to the semi-finals of the Euro. Let me hear your comments regarding that very game, and don't forget to like, share this video, and of course subscribe. More videos will be coming your way. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell for more videos. Have a lovely day.